Being a father completely changed me. When I found out my wife was pregnant, there was a lot of thoughts that went through my mind. I was unsure. I was excited. I was nervous. I felt a whole cluster of emotions, but I had to analyze who I was and who I am and what I provide and what I do on a day to day basis. And it took me some time. Mentally, it took me a lot of time. I had to figure out a lot of things that were unanswered in my life. I was scared. And I would come to YouTube and I would search up, what is it like to be a first time father? What is it like being a father for the first time? I would go on YouTube and I would search, what is it like to have your first child? What emotions do you feel? I would ask the same things on Reddit. So if you are just finding out you are a first time father, this is the perfect place to be because I'll give you raw and honest thoughts. When I first found out that I was having a child for the first time, I was definitely scared. I was definitely nervous, but I was also excited. I had a lot of joy. I guess it's different for everyone. Me and my wife have been together for a very long time. So my situation might be a little bit different from yours. However, I was really excited to bring a child into this world with her. She's someone who's very special to me. She means the world to me. So having a mini me and a mini kind of her combined is super exciting, to say the least. Let's talk about pregnancy because your wife's going to go through it. You have to be there for her. No excuse. It's difficult, but it's more difficult for her. And that's something that I really had to realize and something that I had to conquer, yo. It's not easy for her. Every day is a battle. She's going to have tough sleeps, a whole lot of emotions that she's feeling. You got to try your best to be on top of things. But let me be honest with you, that takes a lot of self-reflection. You have to understand what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. How can you be better? How can you provide? And don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's the little things that add up. Doing small things every day, checking in on her, which you should be doing already, but checking in on her, making sure that things are done around the house. Tasks need to be completed. And one thing I learned is that you shouldn't wait until she tells you to do something. You should just go out there and do it. And make it a habit, yo. Make it a habit to get things done, get things completed, and her not have to tell you to do something. Because I'll be honest, for me, that was definitely a challenge until I started to find a rhythm. And I feel much better now that I'm on top of business. One thing that I found online was that there's no feeling that can really explain what's to come. And that is 1000% true. When my son was born, I was in disbelief. You're waiting 9 months for someone because you don't know what he looks like. You don't know what he sounds like. You want to make sure he's 100% healthy. You're waiting for someone to come out, but he's been in the room with you for the last 9 months. You feel connected to him. Maybe you're having a daughter, you feel connected to her, and you just want him to come out safely. So it brings out this nurturing part of you. You feel like you have to be better as a man. And when he came out, it was the most euphoric emotion that I've ever felt in my life. And I hope that whoever's watching this gets the same feeling. I cried. Tears came out my eyes. Boogers came out my nose. It was a very ugly cry, but I didn't want to hold back those tears. I let them come out, and it was beautiful. It definitely was an amazing feeling. When I held him for the first time, I understood something. I understood that it's my duty, my job to protect this little man from the world. And for those couple hours while I was in the hospital, I was so thankful. I was thankful for my wife who went through so much pain, so much wave of emotions to deliver something so special. And I completely looked at her different. My mind was completely blown. And from there, I started thinking about how much women do for men and the woman that you have in your life. Woman, my mom, my wife, my grandma, my aunties. I started thinking about how special they are and how much they do, how much they endure. Because when you're there and you're watching, it is no joke. It really is special. While you're waiting, you have to be there for her. Couple weeks in, you probably will start to think that this can't be real. A couple weeks in, I started to think this cannot be real life. Because you watch this little human kind of just grow every day. And it's insane. Features, similar features. Even the smallest smile can make your day. And for me, I just want to hold him every day. It's crazy. Nothing will gear you up for the feeling. There's nothing you can do to prepare for it. You just have to go through it. And it's an exciting process. It makes you appreciate life more. It makes you value the people in your life more. And depending on your situation, it can bring a lot of people together because seeing a baby, that youthfulness, it brings smiles to people's face. It makes you want to be a better man, yo. And I'm telling you that if your wife is pregnant now, get a head start and start looking at ways that you can improve yourself, improve your mindset. Get that strength, man, because there's no time to fall behind once you have a child. You have to keep going forward. I just want to show him that I'm going to be there for him. I want to show him that I care about him deeply. I'll say this. It's the best thing that's ever happened in my life. And I'm so thankful. I thank God for him. I thank my wife for him. Now it's just time to get to work. If you're watching this, maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you're nervous, like I said prior. It's a great feeling. Those nerves will build up and it will become strength because you're seeing women do it every day. You know that your mom did it. Your father raised you. And you can do it too. It really demonstrates the cycle of life, how everything comes full circle. And I see it now.